very good afternoon, everyone. Okay, today I'm going to teach you a new topic, or rather a revision of a previous topic. Today we'll talk about writing a memo. Okay, first of all, do you remember what writing memo is all about? Do you recall?
Yeah. Yes.
No. Can you give some example? Good. So maybe it's a reminder. So if I were to ask you definition, it's a reminder. Reminder of what? You must be reminded of something. Memos are used as a reminder of what?
Information.
Important information?
Yes.
Okay, that's one. What else? What else cross your mind when you hear the word writing a memo? What else comes to your mind? Sorry? Notices?
Guidelines.
Guidelines, perhaps? Okay, maybe. Anything else? Anything else?
No.
Okay, I'll let you know. So, today, okay, by the end of this lesson, I hope to give you some guidelines on writing a memo. However, specifically, it's not just writing any ordinary memo. I will teach you how to write a persuasive memo. Okay. Do you know what's the difference between a memo and a persuasive memo? A persuasive memo. What comes to your mind when you hear the word persuasive memo? Yes, what's that? Convincing. You have to convince someone. What else comes to the word persuasive? Yes, apart from that, anything else? Convincing. What else? Influence, yes, to influence someone. What else? Yes, to influence, to convince, to persuade. Anything else? Starts with an A.
Argue.
Yes. So you have to argue a point. For example, in your memo. Have you ever done that kind of memo before?
No.
Not at all. At all, ever.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Right. Just to repeat first of all, yeah. Okay. So, I'll give you more details later on. First of all, we will start with defining a memo. All right. Then only we'll move on to the next one, which is preparing or writing a short memo. First of all, are we clear on today's objectives?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yes, any questions at this point?
No.
Alright, good. Now before we actually go on to the real memo part, let me just remind you again what are the essential items or should be included in a memo. Do you recall this?
Yes.
You must have in a memo certain format because this distinguishes this a memo from something else. This distinguishes different from you doing a report. Remember report writing?
Yes.
Different from this. What are the elements that makes it different? Do you recall? You must have a
Company
logo or a letterhead sometimes. What else do you have?
Date.
The word date must be there. A line which says the date. It's one. What else do you have? Good. A two line, which means dated on what date? Is the memo is going from someone to someone. Good. So you have that one called the from line. Okay. That from line. Okay. Who is the one writing the memo? And also, what's the important thing you remember about memo again? You sign the memo?
No.
What do you do instead? Usually? You initial. Okay? You don't usually sign. You sort of initial. Okay? But only when you sign your name, only below the last line. You have to initial sign on every page of the memo if you're writing more than one. Okay, you also have something called the subject line. So for your taste, you have a test later on after this sort of assessment. You need to do this, you need to bear this in mind. You also must have all these elements in your memo, including your subject line. Now, what is a subject line? The topic? The title?
Title you'll be discussing in your memo.
Yes. What is the idea or the main idea that you're going to put into your memo? And remember, you're going to persuade something or someone on the memo, correct? Yes. So whatever it may be, it will be the subject of the matter, right? Yes. Okay. Are we clear? Yes. Okay, good. Now, in memo writing, there's something very interesting which we call an IDA format. Okay, what does IDA here mean? Okay, first of all, A would stand for attention, okay, which means this is your opening where you introduce your topic, okay, and then you encourage your audience to hear more about your main idea. So that's the first one, that is your attention, A. Okay, I, what would I mean? What would I mean? Interest?
Investigation.
Investigation? What do you think?
Instruction.
I, what would I mean next time? Akil, no recall. I, introduction, interest. Profit.
Information.
Stop it. See. Five. Information. We'll see. I is for interest. So, your interest is your explanation. Now, what would be presented at this point? If it's interest, you must have reason. What you want to say exactly. So your explanation must present a reason inside the interest of your audience who is you are writing the memo to. Is that clear? Any question at this point?
No.
Can you remember A was in I?
Yes.
Okay, recall. What is A?
Attention.
What is I?
Interest.
Very good. Excellent. Now, D for?
Desire.
What would be the name for desire?
One.
Yes, like a once. So what would desire here mean? Your explanation must present additional benefits of your ideas and changes to your audience attitude. Is that clear at this point?
Yes.
What do you mean by explanation presenting benefits? Can someone summarize this for me? Sanford, would you like to try? In your own words.
Oh, for the whole desire.
Yeah, just desire.
Wait.
In your own words.
Basically, that idea you're talking about,
Mhm.
the idea you're pitching about,
Yep.
you're talking about its pros most of the time.
And you put it into the memo context.
Yeah.
Because you desire here, what do you want to relate to the other person? So whatever you wish to relate to the person, whatever your ideas are, you have to put into your memo. Relate it back to your memo. Right? Is that clear? Right, good. Next one. Lastly, what do you think the other A in either stand for the next one?
Adjectives.
No. Action.
Action.
You need to have an action. Okay. Your action here at this point emphasizes the benefits and motivates your audience to do something. So when you're actually writing a memo, for example, if you look at the board on this side, okay, when you're writing a memo, okay, so here your action will be you would want them to do something, okay? Something needs to be done, and you tell this in this memo. Of course, you do not write label memo, but whatever that you want them to do, you must state it blatantly in your memo. The desire, you know what you want them to do, but what is the action you want to happen? And you convey this inside your memo. All right? Is that clear? Okay, good. Okay. So, I'll just show you quickly example of persuasive memo. So you have something like attention, interest, desire, and action. And just I'll give you one example only, okay? So interest, for instance, switch to purchasing plastic products in bulk. Okay, our costs for the company plastic are quite high. So in my January 5th memo, I included all the figures showing our excessive costs. What does that show to you? You're trying to attract the reader to the problem. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, next one, what will this be? What are you trying to interest here? What are you trying to highlight?
How to reduce cost.
Yes, correct. So you'll say, okay, what did I do in January? I suggest we purchase a plastic container so that we can use because petroleum prices tend to be low at the time, and because you approve of that, we realized a 10% savings this year. So even a recycling program will also be offered by the city for additional savings. Okay? Okay. So let me summarize what I've shown you so far. Okay? So today we have actually defined what is a memo. More importantly, you are going to write a persuasive memo using what concept? Do you recall?
The IDA concept.
IDA. So what does IDA stand for? Action. So can you remember that when you're writing your memo later on?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. So I hope that is clear, and thank you very much for your attention.